The recent conflict between pro-Palestinian protesters and university administrations in the US has escalated tensions on campuses nationwide. Sparked by the ongoing conflict between Israel and Hamas, demonstrations initially erupted at Columbia University, spreading to other prestigious institutions like Yale and MIT. Amid reports of intimidation and anti-Semitism, classes were moved online as university presidents called for de-escalation. However, clashes persisted, leading to arrests and disciplinary actions. At Columbia, police intervention drew criticism, with some faculty members arguing it exacerbated tensions. Meanwhile, at New York University and Yale, protesters were detained after refusing to disperse. Harvard University suspended a student group for organizing an unregistered demonstration. The protests reflect the wider cultural debate in the US over the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. In Islamabad, Finance Minister Mohammad Aurangzeb addressed the leaders in Islamic Business Summit, sharing optimistic projections for Pakistan's foreign exchange reserves expected to rise to $9 to $10 billion by June's end. Highlighting the importance of the IMF program for economic stability, he emphasized the need for execution and sustainability in reforms.
Close to $3.4 billion last year, which is equivalent to about 15 days of import cover. And alhamdulillah, we are a little over $8 billion right now. And once the final tranche comes from the IMF, end of this week, we will be over $9 billion. And by the time we end June, we will be anywhere between $9 to $10 billion, which is going to be equivalent to 2 months of import cover, which is a much better position in terms of where we were, and secondly, it's not only the quantitative aspect of it, but it's also the qualitative aspect of it, because ये जो FX reserve बढ़ा है, ये debt stock से नहीं बढ़ा है. It's through the market operations and everything else that's come along with that, and therefore qualitatively, it's very important as well.
In a recent statement, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken addressed concerns over potential double standards in applying U.S. law to allegations of abuses by the Israeli military in Gaza. Blinken emphasized that the U.S. applies the same standard to all countries, regardless of their status as adversaries, competitors, friends, or allies. He acknowledged ongoing examinations of violations of international humanitarian law and rights abuses, but did not provide a timeline for definitive assessments. Meanwhile, scrutiny of Israel's military conduct has intensified following the killing of thousands of Palestinians in Gaza, with rights groups flagging incidents of civilian harm. Despite concerns raised by advocates regarding double standards, Blinken denied the existence of such disparities. The Biden administration's steadfast support for Israel has faced criticism, with some questioning its commitment to holding Israel accountable. President Biden recently threatened to condition support for Israel on concrete steps to protect humanitarian aid workers and civilians, marking a potential shift in policy.